How does a preclinical biotech with no revenue, no profit, and no product get valued at billions of dollars? Today, we're going to explore how these companies work, how they get valued, and their funding strategies to fuel their research. Hey guys, I'm Neo. Welcome back to 23 Weeks of Banking. This is week 4, and today we're really starting to dive into biotech. Generally, when we talk about a biotech, we classify it as a preclinical, a clinical, or a commercial stage biotech company. Preclinical means it has no drugs currently being tested on humans. A clinical stage biotech will be in that process of testing the drugs for efficacy and safety on humans. And a commercial biotech will have an FDA-approved drug currently on market. I want to start out talking about preclinical biotechs. At this point, they're working on early stage research. They're thinking about drugs and therapies that haven't been tested on humans yet. We're talking about cutting edge technologies, new research, new drugs. They're trying to open up a new path for treatment for disease. So at this point, they have no revenues. And researching a drug is both expensive and time consuming. It can take years to get something on the market and ready to start creating revenues. So how do these companies get their value? So there are 3 key things that come up when you're thinking about the valuation of a biotech company. So first off, you want to think of the scientific potential. Is a brand new drug or a brand new treatment for a disease that we have no treatments for? And then you want to think about the strength of their pipeline. With the technology that they're using, is it going to be more likely for them to develop more drugs in the future, maybe for the same disease or other diseases? And then you want to think about the market. How many people actually suffer from this disease? How many people can we help by creating this drug? So investors take a look at all these factors and then risk adjust for the probability that all of this could fail. These scientists are trying their best, but oftentimes things will fail before even reaching clinical stage trials or during one of the 3 phases. So how do these companies raise capital? Early stage biotech startups will often rely on venture capital to fuel their research. They'll also look into grants from either companies or governments. They'll look at other funding programs as well. They may partner with research universities to get access to their labs, faculty, help give them credibility as well, and maybe a network to get in touch with investors. It can be risky starting out a new biotech company. It can be risky starting out new research on a new horizon. There's a lot that can go wrong. And if it does go right, you could be the person who cured cancer or cured Alzheimer's disease. You could be at the forefront of helping humanity deal with some of the diseases that have plagued us the worst. If you were an investor, what would you want to know? What numbers would you want to see when thinking about preclinical biotech? Would knowing what they're working on be enough for you, or would you need to see more details? I'd love to have a conversation around that. Now, looking into this week in the biotech, biopharma space, there were 3 major deals. Johnson & Johnson announced the acquisition of Intracellular Therapies. It's a $14.6 billion deal. They're currently working on neuropsychiatric and neurological disease. Then we have Eli Lilly. They announced an acquisition of Scorpion Therapeutics for $2.5 billion. They have been working in the cancer space. And lastly, GSK announced an acquisition of IDRx for $1.15 billion. They've also been working in the cancer space. Let me know what you think. Are these good deals? Do you think any of these companies are getting the short end of the stick? I'd love to hear your perspective. Are there other deals that you're seeing in the market that you find interesting that you'd like to talk about? I'd love to get a conversation going. All right. Well, thanks for being here. Again, my name is Neo.